We are live streaming. Hi, Facebook. This is it. This is the Veterans to Military Comedy Show. We are here. There's probably going to be 3 of us, and we are here to make you laugh at home. So just kick back in your easy chair, turn off sports, just sit back and relax and laugh. That's what it's all about. We're trying to make you laugh. If you've served our country, we want to serve up jokes for you. So here we go. I'm going to bring on our first comedian of the day. He is David G. Scott of David G. Scott Clean Comedy. He is a proud grandfather, a veteran, and he is also a proud member of the Subway Rewards program. Bring him to the stage right now with a round of applause from your living room, David G. Scott. Yay!
Thanks, Linda. You give the most enthusiastic introductions I've ever had.
Yay.
Wow. Thank you. Wonderful. Hello, everybody. It's cold here in Kansas City. I may have to go to my hat halfway through, but we'll get through this. I don't have any tattoos. I'm thinking about getting a tattoo that says "Keep moving forward" in Latin. There should be room, you know. Keep moving forward in Latin. Here's a question. Exactly how dead is a doornail? I don't know. The other day, I helped an old woman across the street by repeatedly honking at her. I know she appreciated my help. Every morning, 2 cute little ducks come visit me on my patio, and I started giving them bread. My friend Don said, "Don't do that. If they eat too much bread, they'll get sick and die." And I said, "I know. I hate ducks." Turns out coffee is a gateway drug. 1 minute, you're stirring a cup with a small wooden stick. Next thing you know, you're paddling a kayak. I don't go to Starbucks. Instead, I write my name on a cup, pour myself a cup of coffee, yell my name out, and then set a $5 bill on fire. I like coffee. Ooh, Tom is stuttering there.
Maybe.
Can you mute him from where you are, Linda?
I can. There you go, Tom.
For the moment, anyway, till we get the audio
Maybe.
out. Anyway, I like coffee, but I realized if I drink too much, there are tiny spiders under my scalp weaving hair. Yeah, I found a spider in my sock drawer this morning, which is very upsetting because it belongs in the spider drawer. Found a spider in my kitchen, but instead of killing it, I started telling it about my fantasy football team, and it left quietly on its own. I like Facebook. Recently, a lady posted she was looking for a plumber to replace her water heater. I posted it might be better to replace her water heater with another water heater. Another lady posted she found some cinnamon buns to die for. I posted that if she ate enough of them, they'd be to die from. A friend posted, "What makes you smile?" I posted, "Facial muscles." "Taking It to the Streets" by the Doobie Brothers is my favorite song about trash day. Apparently, it's inappropriate to RSVP to a wedding invitation by saying, "I can't make it, sorry, maybe next time." Apparently, it's inappropriate to take a couch that's sitting by the curb if it's in front of a furniture store. Yeah, I know that now. Missouri's considering a law to make it legal to break a car window to rescue a pet, and I'm in favor of it. Because the last time I broke a car window to rescue a purse, I got arrested. I've started ending conversations with my children with "I love you." The other day I was on the phone with my daughter, ended the conversation. I said, "I love you." She said, "I love you too." And just for fun, I said, "I love you more." And she said, "I wouldn't be surprised." What? My name is David. I did not name my son David. I wished I'd named him Harley, so he can introduce himself as Harley, David's son. In nursing homes, the code word for toilet is mustard, specifically gray poupon. The other day, my son said to me that he was proud of me because I'd started listening to rap music. And I said, no, you misunderstood. What I said was, last time I fell, I heard my hip pop. I've started to worry about who's going to inherit what I have, which won't be much. That's because my life goal is to have my 401k and my life run out at the same time. Yeah, I want my last check to bounce. But anyway, I've pretty much decided I want my son to inherit my estate, such as it is. And ever since I told him that, he's been raising rabbits and bringing me their fur. And I don't know what to do with my heirs. My heirs, hairs. If I only had one word to describe myself, it would be not very good at following directions. The other day, I ate an entire can of Pringles. It was very disappointing. There were only 3 of them, and they were all tennis ball flavored. Shout out to my 4 favorite bags: punching, grab, barf, and Papa's got a brand new. Ain't no drag. My action figure is just me lying on the couch watching Netflix. But you have to buy the television separately. You know what I hate? I hate taking a selfie and being photobombed by my age. I had a friend that said you can't swing a dead cat around here without hitting a crazy person. I said, if you're swinging a dead cat, maybe you shouldn't be so judgmental. I keep 6 wigs in my car so I can go back and get more free samples. Let me see, what else do we have? I'm going to give new meaning to sleeping around by taking a lot of naps at different places. I feel, maybe you feel this way too. I feel people don't even consider my schedule when they get into traffic accidents. Very selfish. Here's a question. If vampires cannot see their reflections, how do they get their hair so perfect? These things keep me up at night. I think coffee sizes should be named after how much sleep you got the night before. I'd like a tossed and turned for 4 hours vanilla latte, please. My cousin is starting a small piano store. Very exciting. Next week is the baby grand opening. What exactly is wild bird seed? Is that wild seed for tame birds? In which case should be called wild tame bird seed. Or is it tame seed for wild birds? In which case it should be called tame wild bird seed. I know it's not tame seed for tame birds because that's called parakeet food. You know who you never see together in public? Papa John and his son, Jimmy. In high school, I dated a girl who was voted not Miss Kansas City or Miss Platte County. She was voted miscellaneous. Probably because her favorite phrase was, whatever. If you ask for change at the dollar store, they just give you a different dollar. Just a couple more here. One of my favorite jokes, if you laid a blue whale, an adult male blue whale on a football field with its nose on one goal line, you'd have to reschedule that game. I was at the dollar store the other day. I gave the clerk a $50 bill. She pulled out a counterfeit pen, and I said, "How do you know the pen isn't counterfeit?" And she said, "What?" I said, "What you need is a pen to determine whether or not the counterfeit pen is counterfeit." She said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "You need a counterfeit pen. She didn't say anything. So then I said, "And then you'd need a pen to determine whether or not the counterfeit pen were counterfeit." She still didn't say anything. So I kept going. I said, "You need a counterfeit pen. Finally, she looked up and said, "Here's your change, Sparky. Now get out." Which upset me because my name is not Sparky. Thank you, Linda. It's always a delight to perform with you. Thank you so much for having me on the show today. Tom, I can stay for a little bit, but I got another appointment I got to get to. So I hope I get to hear you perform a little bit anyway.
Thank you so much, David G. Scott. Can you please tell everybody where you're going to be performing in Kansas City, Missouri, so that they can come see you?
Yes, I am going to be performing at the Groundhog Day Theater this Thursday, the 18th at 7 o'clock. It's called the Old Farts One City Comedy Tour. It's me and 3 old guys. I try to take care of our elderly, so I put them on shows whenever I can.
Thank you again. And you folks at home, you can go hire him or watch his videos. Go to David G. Scott, cleancomedy.com. Thank you again, Dave. That was amazing.
Thank you. It's always fun.
Yes, thank you every time. Oh my gosh. The next comedian we have coming to the stage is our Bob Hope guest spot today. He's not served in the military, but he's served up jokes. I'll tell you what, he has sold over 1,000 jokes and was in the TV show Good Timing, which you can watch on the Peacock TV channel. It's streaming right now, so go watch it. Here comes Tom Padovano. Woo!
Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
It's okay.
All right. Well, we'll do the best we can. You know, that's what I get for buying a computer at the dollar store. Anyhow, now I've had Linda a lot of jobs and some crazy bosses. I had this one. If I made a mistake, she'd say, "Tom, look at the mistake you made." But if she made a mistake, it was, "Oh, Tom, look at the mistake we made." So I said, "Well, boss, look at the ugly dress we're wearing." I got fired. And I hate looking for a job. I went on an interview. They said, "Tom, this job pays $1,000 a week, but in 6 months, it goes to $2,000 a week." I said, "Great. I'll come back in 6 months." And I come from a poor family, but every night my mother had food on the table. I wish we had plates. I remember when I was 7, I said, Mom, am I adopted? Not yet, but I'm working on it. Then I remember once saying, Mommy, I wanted a toy truck for Christmas. I didn't get one. I'm upset. She goes, shut up. You're 50 years old. Still wanted it. You know, my parents were embarrassed by me. I was a terrible student, but I had tough teachers. Like my gym teacher, when we played dodgeball, he drove the dodge. And I wasn't the class clown. I was the class idiot, always getting left back. Do you know any other kid in 3rd grade excused for jury duty? It was so embarrassing. My teacher made my parents write on the blackboard 100 times, we won't have more children. And I have this terrible apartment. It has bugs. And the other day, I ran out of Raid. So I sprayed a cockroach with lemon pledge. It died, but had a great shiny finish. Yeah. You know, I feel like I'm nearly finished. I'm older now. I'm not up to date. I'm not on Instagram. I'm on Telegram. I now have hair growing out of my ears and has dandruff. Do you know what it's like to shampoo with head and shoulders and ears? Oh, it's terrible. I won't go to a museum anymore. I'm scared they're going to build a glass case around me. Oh, and I got to stop dating much younger women. I went out with one and I said, have you ever seen Gilligan's Island? She said, no, take me there. Terrible. You know, a lot of the times now I spend at the doctor. I haven't been feeling well. So my doctor, Dr. Julio Alejandro Bernstein. Oh, this guy's amazing. He examined me for less than 5 minutes and told me to come back the next morning for an autopsy. Not good. Well, he got mad at me because I said, doctor, it hurts me when I touch here. Hurts me when I touch here. Hurts me when I touch here. He goes, idiot, you got a broken finger. How was I supposed to know? But you know, it's important to have a good doctor. I feel sorry for my neighbor. Her doctor said, Mr. Sicko, you only have 10 to live. She goes, what do you mean? 10 years? 10 months? He said 10, 9, 8, 7. Oh, that's terrible, you know. Oh, and now my girlfriend broke off with me, but I wasn't surprised. A couple of days before she did, I said, honey, while you were dating me, were you dating other men? She goes, Tom, come on. You're the 5th guy to ask me that today. Oh, I'm not good at meeting women. I went to this club and I said, hey, babe, what's your sign? Keep off! Terrible. Oh, this one woman says she's looking for a man comfortable in his own skin. I said, honey, that's not me. I have psoriasis. And then she was wishing to leave. Then I was talking to this woman, very sophisticated. She said to me, my last name's hyphenated. I said, my last name's Padavano. Ran away, I'll tell you. But I do remember my first love. Yeah. I remember saying to her, Oh, Hortense, I know I'm not as smart as Johnny. I'm not as handsome as Johnny. And I don't make as much money as Johnny. But Hortense, I will love you forever. And she said, Tom, that's so sweet. But tell me more about Johnny. That's terrible. But I had interesting parents. Like my mother was a neat freak. Yeah. As a matter of fact, she named our dog Spotless. Boy, I felt sorry for that Dalmatian. And you know, Spotless liked to chew on old, smelly socks. I wish he would have at least waited till I took them off. Now, Linda and David, you might recognize me from the movies. I sit in the back near the bathroom. So I saw a sign in the bathroom there that said, do not throw paper towels into toilet. So I placed them in gently. I thought that was pretty nice of me, you know. But getting older is tough. Like my doctor said I have AD. AD. Gee, it's a nice day out, isn't it? Oh, it's tough. And I got tough relatives. Like I have my uncle Chooch. Yeah, he's a tough guy, and he's always in a bad mood, except for the last time I saw him. Because after 18 years, he got his birthday wish. Parole. Yeah, it's tough. And he was in the hospital a few months ago, and his wife comes visits him. And he said, yo, wife, I've been thinking, you were there for me when I had a problem with alcohol. You were there for me when I had a problem with drugs. And look at this. You're here for me again. So I've been thinking, you're a jinx. What a terrible thing to say, you know what I mean? Well, listen, you guys have been wonderful, and I really hope everybody out there has had as much fun and pleasure as I've had tension and emotional strain. Oh, don't worry about me. I'm just going to call my parole officer now and ask him if I can use the 10 minutes that I performed on Linda's show today toward my community service. Thank you, Linda. David, great seeing you again.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Tom Padovano. Tell everybody where you're at on the internet and where you're going to perform.
Okay, you can find me on Facebook, Tom Padovano. You can check out my website, www.tomcomedy.com. Next Saturday, I'd have to get the exact, you can check my website, in Montgomery, New Jersey, doing comedy there. I'll be at Randy Epley's show on Thursday, December 2nd. And on December 3rd, I'm going to do the Hanukkah show at the Actors Temple with Helene and a lot of other people.
Yes, all our friends.
Yes.
Yay. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Tom Padovano. I'm going to do my set, and that's going to be about it for everybody at home. Thank you so much. That was the best set ever. You just keep
thank you, Linda.
So you were great before, and you just keep getting better. Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you. Always love doing your shows.
Thank you. Well, you guys, I hate to shock you, but I live in Vegas, and I hate to brag, but I've been winning at aging. Yeah. I wish I could do magic. I would make fine lines and wrinkles disappear, but that's not my strong suit. Yeah. I know you're out there wondering, how old is she? I'll cover that. I know you're wondering, does she live in a nursing home or did she escape from one? It's okay. You can think what you want. I'm comfortable. You know, I like to tell people from New York, like Tom, that I'm from the Upper West Side. But he knows that's not true. I'm from the Upper West Side of the US map, Oregon, Loserville. Yeah. I grew up there in the 50s. It was really quiet. Let me explain. It was so quiet and slow there that you'd have to take a slow trolley, young people, that's a train, all the way across town to shop fast. Okay, shoplift, whatever.
Yeah.
I still get those confused. Yeah, I shoplifted through the 60s. And then I decided it's not good. And I went back to the store and I said, I've been stealing lipstick. I almost made a five and dime store with a soda fountain turn into a nonprofit. Went back and I said, what can I do to make it up? And they said, just don't come back. Don't come in here. Okay, anything's better than an ankle bracelet, right? Yeah. So I grew up there in the 50s and it was quiet. And now Portland, as you've heard in the news, is progressive. Look at me. Do I look progressive? No. Once I picked up the phone to save money on car insurance. And I don't even drive. How weird is that? I almost got in trouble with the law in Portland because I wanted to kiss a Portland barista across the counter because of what he said to me. He said, you look just like Marilyn. I was like, oh, she's so. And he goes, no, it's a rainy day in Portland. Your makeup's coming down your face. You look like Marilyn Manson. Oh, I had to get waterproof makeup and I didn't shoplift anymore. That's expensive. Yeah. You know, I don't take my looks seriously. I don't think I look like Marilyn. I think I look like her sister that she never had. But if she had, you know, her sister that could really act and really sing, the one that had to pop out of a cake and sing happy birthday to Ted Kennedy, that's my doppelganger right there. I know you're at home going, she's adorable, honey. Just let her talk. She'll die soon. I'm not going to die. I like to get men's heads to turn. I think it's funny that at 70, I finally got my looks together and I prance around town looking cute, you know? And when I'm like, you know, like like to turn heads. So because I'm always, you know, 21 and 21, I don't say my age, I just say it in increments of 21. So to get the cute clothes to turn the heads, I shop at Forever 21. Took a long time to get that joke out this time, you guys. But anyway, I went there and they said, you can't shop here. I said, it says Forever 21. And they said, we didn't know that forever was going to last that long. Oh, well, careful what you wish for. And so the lady at the counter was so sweet. She leaned in real quietly and she whispered, don't you think you're a little mature for all these cute clothes? And I said, oh, honey, you know what? I don't mean to like tit for tat here, but don't you think maybe you're a little, I don't know, hefty for your little sister's tank top? Because I like to give back. I do have a twin brother, so there's two of us in the world. We all have a doppelganger. I have a twin brother. His name's Fred. I adore him, not because we look alike, because he's a great guy. And he's funny. He says, Linda, you look just like me in drag. Holy Toledo, I need more makeup and it's expensive. We already covered this. Oh my gosh. Fred, you were my womb mate and you know you evicted me with one swift kick. Was that really nice? Nice of you? Like, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. later on in life, you know, so I was born in the 50s in Oregon. In the 60s, I shoplifted and I quit. But in the 70s, I became a wanted woman and I found it out at the post office. Talk about stress, huh? His eyes followed me. He pointed and said he wanted me. Holy Toledo. Okay, it was Uncle Sam. I'm a boomer. He didn't say no to men, no matter how old they were. So I went in the army. And as military intelligence would have it, they put my half Jewishness in the middle of Germany. Take that, Hitler. Should have checked my record. But I had a lot of fun in Germany. Not so much with the job. I mean, I'm half Jewish. They made me a cashier. I could have done that at the temple in Portland, Oregon. Put my life on the line to count money. But it was during Vietnam. So while men and women were in the bushes of Nam, so we could do jokes in English, they were in the scrapping in the rice fields. I was mostly just in the Alps yodeling, not doing much of it all. And I got really excited about all the fun I was having when I got off work in Germany. And I called my parents. I said, hello, Mom, Dad. They were divorced. Not having a great time. Yeah, not at work. No, never at work. No, after work. But just a minute, you guys. It was the 70s. It was more like this. Yeah, I'm having a great time after work. I can drink more dark German beer than the German soldiers. Is that amazing? Hello? Hello? Only time my divorced parents ever got along with each other at the same time. Was unanimous. Yeah. Military intelligence in Germany sent me there, and military intelligence also told me that I'm related to Albert Einstein. I didn't believe it, because look at me. Do I look like I'm allergic to a hairbrush? Yeah. And besides, every time I heard that equation that he wrote on the blackboard, E equals MC squared, really, I just got hungry for hamburgers at the Golden Arches. That's all it did to me. Yeah. But after the military, I came back to America and I started doing comedy. And now my life is about doing comedy for the military and veterans like here. And whenever I can make you laugh and forget anything you've done, so we can sling jokes in English, my life is happy and complete. And you've made my day by listening. And Tom Padavano agrees. It's our joy to do this for you. And thank you for your service. Yay, let me turn it off of Facebook here. Let's see and record. Let's see. Stop live stream. Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening.